Welcome to Battle Truth and my point of view. I don't know you, so I'm not a hater. I could only give you the facts that's written on these papers. And since we have no dealing, therefore the court can care less about your feelings. I'm the Honorable Malachi Markilius, your presiding judge, chairman, and spokesperson for the One United Front. You are my witnesses and jury. You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's talk about it. Tekashi 6ix9ine is set to be released next year, January 24th, 2020, after facing a minimum of 42 years to life under federal indictments of 9 counts from racketeering, extortion, and drugs, guns. After working out a deal with the federal authorities and government, Tekashi 6ix9ine will not be prosecuted for the 9 counts that he was actually being charged with under a federal indictment. Part of the paperwork reads as follows. If the defendant, Tekashi 6ix9ine, provides evidence and testify detailed information, which was spoke upon on page 4 and 5 of the agreement between the defendant and the government agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crime set forth in counts 1 through 9. They agree not to prosecute him on the counts that he's charged with, from 1 to 9 accounts. Superseding information as well as additional crimes that the defendant has told the government about. So the government agrees not to prosecute 6ix9ine for the 9 counts that he has been charged with under federal indictment in exchange for his testimony in cooperation with the federal government of providing all type of information that they did or deemed that was pleasing for them to come up with this agreement not to prosecute this man. The reason why his court date is set for next year, a whole year for sentencing, is because during this time of sentencing, what's going to happen is he's going to be providing them all the necessary information that they need to prosecute the other people that he will be responsible with testifying against. So until he, so they're not gonna sentence him until they get everything they want out of him. Okay, and that's why I sat back for a year, because usually when you fighting the case, it takes no longer than a year. You know what I'm saying? So they figured this is more than enough time where during the gap between his sentencing would be enough information for him to give the people, the government, in prosecuting the other people that's involved. Now, 6ix9ine, this ain't no surprise. We saw this coming. We knew it was going to happen. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was the tapes of the recordings of his team plotting to kill him, his baby mama having sex with, allegedly, a couple of them, the money that he was being robbed out of, the kidnapping that took place. So these were all just other things that actually made this decision for the most part easy for him to agree with. But some may say even if this never happened, he was going to do it anyway. Who knows? But I think it's hard for a brother to go down. I can't stress this enough. I'm just keeping it 100. Even though people may say, oh, he a snitch. Okay, here's my point. Yeah, we get that. But what would you do when the people you was once with was talking about killing you, and was going to carry it out, having sex with your baby mama, cheating you out of your money, saying you ain't really a part of the gang anyway, like you just a flunky. So it's like a lot of things come in with this. Even though some people don't like it, but it's easy to say these things when you're not in them situations. When you're not in them situations, it's easy to say what you won't do. I just rolled over. I took it like a man. I don't think nine out of 10 people wouldn't dare pledge a loyalty to a team, a gang, a family member, anybody that you know was plotting to kill you, having sex with your baby mama, and robbing you out of your money. I don't care how super gangster and tough they is. Nope, no such thing. But this is the reason why his case is being pushed back for another year. It's being pushed back because during this time he is going to work with authorities and give them and provide them with all the information that they need on anything that's going on that they feel is pleasing enough for them. Y'all gotta understand, man, the government build their cases and careers on big cases like this. This helped them get higher seats where you see them running for Congress and different chairs and sheriffs and lieutenants and all these things. They build their careers off cases like this, you know. And brothers need to learn from this. I think a lot of brothers need to learn from this. A lot of brothers need to learn from this. A lot of sisters need to learn from this. A lot of you young people really need to learn from this situation and understand what's going on out there in the streets. And when you tying yourself into this gang life, this street life, and trying to be tough and bad, and I'm telling you, when you're dealing with a lot of guys, man, then when you're dealing with alpha males, these are going to be problems, man. You're going to find guys, listen, they say friends make the best enemies because they know too much. They know too much. Your girl comfortable with them, you comfortable with them. They know too much. And you never know what a person really think and feel about you until opportunity presents itself. And this happens all through life where you see guys trusting in homies and friends and all these things like this. And next thing you know, they get them every time. They get you every time. You see the rise and fall of this even in the mafia. Mostly every person that became the head of the mob started out being like some type of underboss. Then they whack the boss and become the boss. Same thing happening in these situations, man. It never stopped. And it continued to repeat itself. So I ain't one of these brothers that's gonna sit there and say, well, I wouldn't do this and that, because you never know what you would do if you're in them circumstances. If you know you're facing life and ain't gonna never get out of prison again, and then they playing you tapes of your own team, playing in your hit, playing you tapes of your baby mama all on the phone, text message, intersecting her text messages, screwing the guys who plotting on killing you. Like, yeah, that's a hard one to swallow. And you sitting in prison finna face life behind this, regard to if you was with it or not, if you bought it on yourself or not. I don't know. To some degree, man, I hear Lil Boosie and them talking and a lot of these rappers and them saying and stuff. That sound real good when you ain't in them situations, man. That sound real good. Everybody in prison, every last person is in prison based upon somebody saying something. Somebody saying something. Let's just be real. And most of you brothers telling y'all self without even without even having a case you fight. You just volunteer telling. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. But this your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's some questions. That's yours, man. Tekashi 6ix9ine. It appears he coming home next year, 2020, January 24th. It's his sentencing day. And not gonna sentence him until they got more than enough information they need for everybody else. then they gonna sentence him based upon how much information they gave him. But like the documents say, the agreement is he give them enough of what they need, and they won't prosecute him for the 9. And I think that Treyway case helped them to come to that decision for him. When they listening to them tapes of plotting to kill that man, when they hearing them talking amongst each other on wiretaps and things like that, saying, "Oh, he ain't really a part of the gang. He ain't really in the gang. We don't, all that stuff." That's why it was kind of easy for them to come to him with a deal like that, because they know he just a scrub. And it is what it is, man. Pressure bust pipes, man. You never know what'll happen. I've seen the hardest man fold under pressure. And it is what it is. This your boy Battle Truth. Alpo was a stone cold killer. Stone cold killer will get your head knocked off and blow it out. He snitched. Just like Bumpy Johnson, they snitch. Just like the Panther Party, they snitch. You never know. Brothers just talking. It's easy to say that when you're not in that situation. And it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.